February 2nd, the 67th Grammy Awards will be held, honoring the best recordings, compositions, and artists from the past year. You might think that because of the Citizen Stamp Advisory Committee limitations on honoring living individuals, that there wouldn't be any stamps related to this year's nominees. However, the Beatles' Now and Then, the first song produced with the help of artificial intelligence, is one of the nominees this year. Additionally, former President Jimmy Carter was nominated for the Best Audiobook, Narration, and Storytelling Recording, also the oldest nominee ever. The United States has issued many music-related stamps over the years on subjects ranging from instruments to bands to composers to Christmas carols to hip-hop. The first ones were in 1940 as part of the famous American series. In 1964, an American music stamp was issued for the 50th anniversary of the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers. And then in the 1970s, all the nonprofit rate stamps issued as part of the Americana series featured instruments. But it was the early 1990s when music stamps really took off in the U.S., thanks largely to the efforts of former Postmaster General Anthony Frank. For many years, people had argued for an Elvis postage stamp, but the Citizen Stamp Advisory Committee was worried that Elvis wasn't a good role model and wasn't thrilled with the idea. Tony Frank suggested that Elvis be one of a number of honorees in a new American music series, which eventually honored 90 different individuals between 1993 and 1999. And to draw more attention, the USPS asked the public whether they would prefer to see a stamp showing the young Elvis or the old Elvis. America spoke, returning nearly 1.2 million ballots to the Postal Service. And the choice was clear. More than 75% of the voters preferred the young Elvis design. The stamp was dedicated at Graceland just a few moments after midnight on what would have been Elvis's 58th birthday. Many people think the Elvis stamp should be really valuable. However, there are 500 million of them printed, about 2 for every person living in the US. It's unlikely these stamps will ever become very valuable, as the supply will probably long outstrip the demand. Most other countries have also issued at least a few stamps related to music, with the most unique probably Bhutan's 1973 set of 7 miniature vinyl records, playable on a standard turntable and usable on an envelope for postage.